We had an all-time basketball game. I don't care when it happened, but the fact that it was in the Eastern Conference Finals having a game this bonkers in game one is just so crazy. And obviously Tyrese Haliburton's game-tying shot as time expires in the fourth quarter, pushing the game to overtime. What Haliburton does immediately, going and hitting the Reggie Miller choke. Oof. Knowing full well, and Hallie said in the post game with Allie LaForce, some people put it in my mind, like it was there. Having it in your head and being aware, Tyrese Haliburton knows how to play the heel. Dame time, tapping the wrist, chirping at guys, doing WWE.
I wonder where he got it from.
Dad.
Going chest to chest with Giannis. Not a good life choice.
Who Giannis spent about 14 seconds deciding whether or not he wanted to make him just a paste on the wall.
That he is incredible with being the heel, and it actually is a skill and an art to being the heel.
Who is the last star heel we had? Because look, there's heels like Draymond and Dylan Brooks and guys that are irritating. Who was the last, no doubt, dyed-in-the-wool dude who was a heel? In college basketball, Duke's had a ton of them. Christian Laettner, JJ Redick, like guys
those aren't NBA guys.
No, I'm saying there aren't that many in the NBA that are stars that are heels.
Well, I mean, I think one of the greatest was Larry Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Bird was obviously that. Reggie Miller was 100% that.
Danny Ainge was a pretty good heel, but we're kind of
he wasn't a star.
Exactly.
Not
we're
kind
enough. Of fudging the star aspect there.
Yeah.
Barkley was an irritant.
LeBron tried it for a year.
Yeah,
and
the heel
like
turn
it.
in Miami. Yeah. Then everybody went against him. He didn't like that.
Well, I like Kobe.
Yeah, grinding his teeth, hissing,
Kobe had
snarling.
no problem speaking his mind, and he was not. A lot of guys hated Kobe Bryant.
Was Dennis Rodman a star because of how big of a heel he was?
Dude, he was a no doubt Hall of Famer. Rodman is a good one.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we've had
Kobe would probably be the last one, and even he at
Paul
the end
Pierce
of his career
tried
was
to
not.
be, but nobody took that seriously
because he pooped himself.
Yeah,
look, that's a serious problem that plagues hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of Americans every day, Jeff. Maybe even millions of Americans every day. I don't know. All right? Let's not...
Are we poop shaming?
Yes, Joe Paterno agrees.
That's right.
Oh, a little trouble.
See? You never know. You never know when it's going to happen. I think Ant Edwards has the ability to be that guy too. Like, he very easily could be that guy moving forward. Well, where do we put Harden and Westbrook in that? Like, Harden and Westbrook, they say
I think
out of
Russ,
pocket S all the time.
I think there was. I don't think Harden was necessarily the heel. I think Russ was.
Yeah.
I think you could say Russ is probably. Let's kind of just work through like our last couple title teams.
Harden was just unlikable.
Draymond's the closest thing you get with the Warriors because Steph and Clay are squeaky clean,
but not a star.
KD's not a heel. He's just a weird.
Jimmy Butler, anybody?
Yeah, Jimmy, there you go. That's a good one.
I mean, whether it's to his own team or
everyone else. Yeah. So you got Jimmy. Jimmy's on that list. Celtics don't have any heels. The Jays, Drew, Kristaps, White. No, there's no guys there.
Check Jimmy out.
I mean, you think about those Spurs teams. Manu, TP, Tim, Robinson. Like, there's no real heel. Even Kawhi's a robot.
Again, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I mean,
but
yeah, but we have had stars that have been heels.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Haliburton is. Look, Dame is one that like he taps his wrist every time he waves teams goodbye.
But I don't think anybody. He was beloved, not a heel. Like, Hallie's not beloved. He leans into the evil visceralness, very similar to Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar. Like, people loved Reggie.
Wait, Trae Young.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, with the Knicks. Perfect.
Well, and somebody just reminding us
Trae
on the
Young
text line
taking a
too,
bow.
Ja Morant.
Well, Ja doesn't try to be.
Yeah. He wants to be the guy that's beloved, but he's not.
All right.
He just can't.
Trey's the good one, but Tyrese is better than Trey.
Somebody wants a definition of a heel, and a heel is somebody in wrestling terms that is the bad guy, plays up the bad guy role, embraces that bad guy role.
And that's the thing is Tally has embraced it from the jump.
Yeah, but he does it selectively. Like when you mentioned Dame, I don't think that people in Oklahoma City and Houston love and revere Dame like other places where he picks and chooses his times to do it. Haliburton does it, and he is focused on it too. Like he did it at Dame. Like if you give him a reason to, he's going to come at you and he will give that business to you.
He mentioned it in the interview. It was in his head. Like he knows how to play it up. It's performative. Like for those that don't know, like he does WWE. Like he's been out there with those guys, and there was a situation where they had Brunson and Haliburton in the ring together.
Yeah, I think that Haliburton is definitely one right now, no doubt. But we have had these guys, and I think they've always been, and they have to be star players here, where it's like you're not on the fringe.
You're not a role player.
You're a dude.
Yeah,
and unintentionally, a lot of NBA players do it. But like Ja Morant.
Yeah, Hallie's intentional.
He is very intentional. Trae Young, very intentional. Russell Westbrook, very intentional, including the cupcakes, right? Like there are plenty of these guys that are super skilled and really damn good, and they lean into that. And I think we have more. Like when you first said it, I was like, yeah, who are they? But when you really think about it, there are more than we would acknowledge on the surface.
To me, the best ones you brought up that is the best combination of skill, production, and leaning into it is Jimmy. Trey's good. Hallie's better. Hallie's already light years beyond Trey. Significantly more impactful.
Jimmy Butler,
Rudy Gobert.
We're teasing with that star word.
Yeah, but not even that. His is more like unintentional.
Yeah.
Like Trey and Hallie and Jimmy, those three, like that's the triumvirate of intentional heel.
That's how Jimmy Butler is fueled. He is fueled off of all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. That same texture. Thank you for the definition. Angel Reese. WNBA? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Except
he understood that assignment.
She doesn't, but here's the thing. Hers is unintentional because she doesn't understand she is the heel.
Yeah, she thinks she's the main character in the Caitlin Clark story.
Yeah.
That's
which is crazy. That's a crazy thing.
It is absolutely unhinged.
Because everybody's like, no, you are the heel.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, that's not true.
No, they're here
Even Kim Mulkey
too.
was like, well, everybody needs a bad guy. And she's like, no, that's not me though.
But that's the thing is
girl, you something else.
That's right, Kim.
But that's the thing with Jimmy, Tyrese, and Trey.
They know it.
They don't care.
They want it.
They like
that was Kobe too. Kobe did that. Like a texter says, like Kobe loved being hated, and he loved Portland hating.
Don't you remember the Nike commercial? Standing center court, booing, and him doing the orchestra, bring up the noise, and they had the Portland fans singing how much they hate him.
Yeah,
like that was part of who he was. That fueled him.
Yeah,
and I think Haliburton, and I think that the league is a better place. It is in a better space when they have those dudes.
Well, everybody wants good versus evil. That's why wrestling has the storylines that they do.
That's why you have the face and the heel.
That's why it was Magic versus Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And like it wasn't just that they were two great players going head to head. It was that was Magic was the nice guy with the $1 million smile, and Larry was the hick from French Lick who would play dirty and get
save
nasty.
his right hand for the Lakers because he could give you 40 with the left.
Yeah, and which one of you MFers is coming in second?
The one guy that bucked this whole trend because he had a $1 billion marketing machine behind him was Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan was the epitome of a heel.
Yeah.
But they never made him out that way.
They went the complete opposite way. I want to be like Mike.
It was a marketing machine behind him that was like, we don't care how hard you try.
Nike and Gatorade, baby.
You are not going to be the heel. You are going to be beloved.
That man rocked a Hitler stash a Hanes commercial.
Well, I think some of the thing with Jordan kind of escaping that too was that in his heyday, there wasn't a number 2 even close enough like to his talent and whatnot in the league where he could just kind of stay above it, all of it, and be like, I dare somebody to come and make me be the heel.
The big rise of Michael Jordan, though, was knocking off literally an entire team of heels in the Detroit Pistons. And so when it was one guy who was questionable as the heel versus an entire roster, with the exception of Isaiah Thomas, of heels, like they were like, we're gonna go with that one guy who's really damn good and can backpack a team. So he was actually the nice guy knocking off the Detroit Pistons, which everybody hated.
It's a nice little spot to be.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for the league. And we talked yesterday about could the winner of the NBA Finals be the new face of the league? This Pacers team feels like a team of destiny with what they've done so far.
Haliburton could be it, man.
If all of a sudden the Pacers, if you put a ring on Haliburton's finger in July, you might be looking at the new face of the league.
Ooh, good one. Allen Iverson, the jean sagging, do-ragging, gun-toting, dope-smoking phenom. Yep. Like, that was literally the lead of a SI article about him his rookie year. He's the jean-sagging, do-ragging, gun-toting, dope-smoking phenom that's going to take over the NBA one cornrow at a time. And he was not afraid to be unapologetically Allen Iverson. I loved Allen Iverson.
Literally redid the dress code in the NBA because of him.
Yep.
It's interesting.